Good morning from the grey, rainy, gritty streets of Tbilisi, Georgia. Now the weather is absolutely terrible, but that won't stop us from exploring, so let's go. Now, before we go and explore the city of Tbilisi, let me just quickly explain how I got here. Because in the last video, I was in Mardin in southeastern Turkey, and I actually took a plane from Mardin to Istanbul and then from Istanbul to Tbilisi. Now, I could have taken the bus because, as you might know, Turkey and Georgia do share a border, but that border is way up north. So by bus you have to go basically to the north of Turkey and then cross up there, and long story short, it would have taken me about 24 hours to get here by bus, which is why I decided to go for the plane. So yeah guys, we are here in Georgia, and the first thing that I did when I got here yesterday was buy a jacket and some gloves because, well, it is cold here. And I don't really know what I expected, but I came from eastern Turkey where the weather was still pretty okay. But yeah, I had to buy some warm clothes. And I have to say that I don't really know much about this country. I know that it used to be a Soviet republic, and then it gained its independence in 1991. And the country of Georgia, after the independence, started looking more toward the west. So the country became more orientated toward Europe. And then in 2008, Russia invaded Georgia. And after that, some parts of Georgia that are legally recognized as Georgian territory are still under Russian control today. So that is pretty much the only thing that I know about Georgia. Oh, I also know that Georgia invented wine. Well done to you, Georgians, because they have been making wine here for about 8,000 years. So yeah, those are pretty much the only things that I know about Georgia, so I hope that I can find out a bit more over the coming days. So yeah, this right here is Freedom Square. You can see the big monument there, all the historic buildings. And yeah, this is a pretty nice square. It's full of cars because the entire square is basically a roundabout, so it's very loud, but yeah, nice square. I want to get to the other side. I think I'll have to use this underground passageway here. This reminds me a bit of Kiev, Ukraine, because you got all these little shops in the underground passages, which you also have in Kiev. That's typical for this part of the world. Let's go up here. Now it is really cold outside. I really have to go warm myself up a little bit. So I think I'll go check out if I can find a coffee shop here. This part of Old Tbilisi seems to be a bit more happening. Yeah, you got all these different houses and restaurants, and then some modern buildings, some old buildings. But yeah, really cool neighborhood, this Old Tbilisi here. This is obviously the tourist hotspot of the city, so there are lots of tourists here, even though it's December, so it's the low season, but still, cool place. I realize that today is a bit of a random vlog. I just share my first impressions of Tbilisi and Georgia in general, and so far I really like it. I like the mix of different styles of architecture, the people are friendly, and most of them actually speak English here in the center, at least, because, you know, I just came from eastern Turkey where nobody speaks English, so this is quite a refreshing contrast. Now I'm starting to get hungry, so I think I'll go look for a restaurant now. Hopefully not a tourist trap, because we are in a very touristy area as it seems. But yeah, let's go have a look. Right, this looks like a good place. Let's go check it out. One. Yes. So got myself some khachapuri here and a beer. And yeah, it's a bit smaller than I expected. I guess this is the snack version of khachapuri. But yeah, this is the Georgian national dish. It's a bit like a pizza with cheese and an egg. So let's try it. To be honest, I don't know whether I should eat this with cutlery or with my hands. Now you can make fun of me in the comments for not knowing how to eat khachapuri. But yeah, I'm gonna eat it with cutlery anyways. I'm gonna eat it with my hands. That is very, very tasty actually. The cheese is very good. I really like this cheese inside. So I'm pretty sure I'm not doing this correctly, but yeah, you just put the cheese and the egg yolk onto the dough. then you eat it. Alright, now I'm gonna make an executive decision. I'm not gonna continue filming today because, yeah, there's just not that much happening and I'm not that motivated in this weather. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, it is now day 2 here in Tbilisi and it actually started snowing. I'm not sure if you can see that on camera, but yeah, as unprepared as I am, I haven't got a hat. So first things first, I'm gonna go get myself a hat somewhere. H&M, that will do. Alright, hat sorted. Now let's go explore some more of Tbilisi. Look at this beautiful artwork on this building. I'm not sure what it is, but there is some Georgian writing next to this old tower. And yeah, this is Tbilisi. It's very pretty actually, especially the center here. We now have a mix of snow and rain here, and yeah, these are the absolute worst conditions to make a vlog, but I'm gonna continue anyways. So I really want to walk down to the river because there is a very famous bridge down there that I really want to see. And yeah, I don't care about the weather. Let's go. Wow guys, look at this street right here. This is so cool. You got this little tower over there, not sure what this is. And then you got all these buildings which were really nicely renovated and some old ones in the background. Wow. So this right here is actually Tbilisi clock tower and it was only built in 2011. It looks much older, I know, but it was actually added to this building right here, which is the puppet theater. And there are no shows at the moment, at least not today. But yeah, this is the clock tower. Pretty cool. Now this right here looks like a little church or mosque. Could actually be both. Oh, it's a church. Let's go have a look. Wow, this church looks really old and it says no photography. I'm just gonna quickly go inside and have a look. Alright, I just went inside. You can't take pictures or film inside, but it's pretty dark because this is Anciscati Basilica and it was built in the 6th century. So yeah, very historic little church here in old Tbilisi. Let's continue. Now, I'm not sure whether the camera does it justice, but the snow is getting heavier and there's already a lot of water on the ground. So it's very wet and you have this mix of snow, rain and mud. It's absolutely disgusting. But now we are coming up to the Bridge of Peace, which is one of the most famous places here. There it is, the Bridge of Peace, in the worst possible weather conditions. And a balloon. I still can't figure out who would go on a balloon tour. Maybe it's not a tourist balloon, maybe it's some kind of, I don't know, scientific stuff. But yeah, this is the Bridge of Peace. Very beautiful landmark here in Tbilisi. We are now walking on the Bridge of Peace here over the river. And yeah, this bridge was built in 2010 to connect the old part of Tbilisi with the new part of Tbilisi over there. And when it was built, it was actually a bit controversial because from above, I'm not sure if you can see that in this perspective, but from above, people said that it looks like a lady's tampon. Very interesting comparison there. And there is the balloon that we just saw. And over there in the distance, the cable cars. I'm not sure whether I should go take those. There's a fortress up there, which is also a famous tourist attraction. But yeah, you can see the sky. If I take those cable cars, I will not see anything. But yeah. So here you can see the outside of the Bridge of Peace. And you can see why people made these comparisons with tampons. But I actually really like this look. I mean, it's very unique. And if you want a bridge to become a landmark, then you have to create a quirky, unique design. Otherwise, people won't remember it. Overall, Tbilisi is a really cool city. You got all the wine bars, the restaurants, and then these quirky structures like the Bridge of Peace. But you also got all the beautiful old wooden buildings in the old city. And then you got some Soviet-era buildings and some modern embellishments. I mean, yeah, it's a really cool place to visit, but maybe not in December because you do run the risk of having this kind of weather. But yeah, I'm really debating with myself now whether I should take this cable car over there, because as you can see, I'm right here. But then if I take the cable car, I'm not gonna see anything, but at least I'm gonna go up to the fortress and I can show you guys the fortress. So yeah, I'm really thinking about it. I'm not sure. Alright guys, I made another executive decision. I'm gonna take the cable car because who cares about the weather? Let's go. But first, I'm gonna go check out this train carriage here because it looks like a little cafe. Looks really cool actually. Oh, I think the man running it just left. Let's go have a look. This is a real train carriage. It's actually a tram that was used here in Tbilisi. And yeah, here you got all the instruments and the levers and stuff. They obviously don't work anymore, but pretty cool. And then they made a coffee shop out of it. So yeah, we got some French coffee in an old Tbilisi tram. Pretty cool. Alright guys, that was some pretty decent French coffee, and you can see the little tramway behind me. That's where I got the coffee, and now we're gonna take this cable car right here. Even though I have zero expectations for the view, but let's do it anyways. And here we go, we got a whole cabin to ourselves, and that is really the good thing about visiting Tbilisi in December. There aren't that many tourists and you don't have to queue anywhere, and also the prices are lower. Alright guys, we have made it up here to the fortress. I'm not sure what it's called, but I will put it into the video and have a look at this view. What an amazing view. It's actually not that bad, even with the snow and the clouds. It's still definitely worth coming up here. Now, I really don't regret coming up here. That was a good decision, even though the weather is crap, but the view is still amazing. Have a look at it. Tbilisi, the capital city of Georgia. Now here you have to put coins inside, but yeah, over there you can see this is actually the Biltmore Hotel, this very oddly shaped skyscraper. But yeah, here down here we have old Tbilisi, so you can see all the old houses, and then on the other side the Holy Trinity Cathedral, which towers over the city. What a place, Tbilisi. And I'm not sure if you can see that on these shots, but there is actually a really long Soviet apartment building as well. So yeah, these are the contrasts of Tbilisi. Here we have a little cafe and some shops, the usual souvenir shops. Let's continue a little bit, see what else we have here. Alright, over here we have the Mother of Georgia statue, built in 1958 to commemorate 1,500 years since the foundation of Tbilisi. And this is an aluminium statue of a Georgian woman with a traditional dress. And it's another symbol of the city of Tbilisi. Alright, let's head back down. Alright guys, we are now back on the Bridge of Peace, and it's really time to go warm up now because it's freezing, -2, and I've been outside for the whole day. So let's go warm up. Here we have a little flower market, and as you can see behind me, in any weather, the local babushkas, as some other YouTubers would say, are selling stuff here. So they are selling their flowers, and yeah, this is a really nice park actually, but I am looking for food. So let's see what we can find. Look how gorgeous Tbilisi is with the snow falling. It would look much better if there wasn't so much water on the ground, but yeah, these old buildings and this little pedestrian zone here is absolutely beautiful. This looks like a cool place. Let's go inside. So here we got some hinkali. These are famous Georgian dumplings. And these things, I forgot what they are, but they are deep fried empanadas basically. And of course some Georgian wine. Alright guys, back at the hotel now. Let me give you a quick room tour here. We got a double bed, little desk here with a TV and a closet. This hotel is very basic, but the reason why I took this hotel is this balcony right here. I will show you. This is the cable car that we just took, and a little church here, and over there the fortress. That's where we just came from. And yeah, here you can see the old houses in old Tbilisi. And yeah, this is an amazing location. I'll just quickly show you the bathroom as well. There it is, very basic. But The price for this hotel was only 37 euros a night. So that is actually one of the reasons to come to Tbilisi in December. You get really good deals. And yeah, this is the hotel here. Now, this is the end of my little Tbilisi exploration. I didn't have that much time here, but I definitely recommend this city. It is a really cool place. You're gonna have some bad weather if you come in December, but you know, that's just how it is. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time here, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.